it's nice to be able to report this afternoon a completely successful Atlantic crossing, because celebrations have begun in Tarbert on the Shannon Estuary to mark the return of a 61-year-old Limerick yachtsman, Pat Lawless, who sailed into the estuary last night, having completed his second solo crossing of the Atlantic. Pat made the crossing in a 26-foot yacht, Inish Calthra, having left Newport, Rhode Island on June the 6th. He made his first crossing in 1986 when he sailed from Limerick to Newport. At Tarbert this morning, Pat and his wife Nancy have been speaking to Michael Walsh.
I left Newport, Rhode Island on the 6th of June, and I'd say for the whole of June, I was only out 3 days when I met the first gale. It was short, thanks be to God. And you know, if you get acclimatised to it, you don't notice it so much. But I mean, the third day out, that was kind of rough. And I'd say for the whole of June, I met gale force, practically gale force winds. I met about 3 gales, strong gales. It's very hard to judge the wind speed unless you have instruments, which I hadn't. But you know, not so much by the state of the sea, although that's an indication, but by the whine of the noise in the rigging. I had to take all sails down twice and just lock up and stay below, once for about 14 hours and another for about 18 hours.
At any stage did you think that you weren't going to make it?
No, not. There were a couple of times when the boat was, you know, an odd breaking wave would flatten the boat and the wave would practically cover you. That was kind of rough, all right, but I've been around boats since I was 16, but last year was the first time I had the ocean experience, and this year. But no, you get kind of there's no doubt that you're hopefully waiting for this storm to die down. But I don't know what you develop out there. But I suppose, to put it short and sweet, you forget the bad days. You know, you go through bad periods in life, and I suppose it's a natural thing, it's a normal thing, that if you didn't forget them, you go bonkers. But the good days more than made up for the bad days.
You had a few problems with provisions this time.
Well, I had, the butter went off. Last year I brought margarine in the plastic containers because it's handy and it's clean. But I couldn't see anything like that in the States, and I said I'd buy butter and there'd be salt. I bought this butter said there was salt in it, and I said that'd last. But I hated doing it, but about 3 weeks ago, they sell it in a pack with so many quarter pounds, and I had to dump 6 quarter pounds of butter. It went high. I suppose they refridge everything over there. But I ran out of eggs. I had to dump the last 7 eggs, and I had plenty of food, there's no doubt, but nothing, no bread. You know, these high fibre biscuits and slates, I call them.
Nancy, Pat is 61 now. Isn't it about time that you got some order and discipline on him?
Well, I suppose the only thing I can do is hope that this is the last one, because I think maybe he has had enough of it this time. But on the other hand, if he wanted to go again, I suppose I would support him.
And that report from Tarbert this morning was by Michael Walsh.